Hello and welcome to Linuxhint YouTube channel. Today we are going to talk about unions in the C programming language. A union is a special data type available in the C programming language that allows users to store different data type in the same memory location. A union can have multiple members, but only one member can contain a value at a given time. So, without any further wait, let's talk about how to define a union in the C programming language. To define a union, we have to follow the following syntax. First off, we need the keyword union, followed up by the union tag. Then we have the curly brackets. And inside these curly brackets, we have the member definitions. An example of member definition can be like integer age or character name. Now that we know how to define a union, the next step is to access the members of a union. So how do you access the members of a union? To access the members of a union, you use the name of the union followed up by a dot operator. The dot operator is also called the member access operator, and then you follow it up by the member name. Okay, that was all theory, but let's move on to code. So inside our C file, we are going to create a new union using the keyword union, and I want this union to be called as data. Inside the curly brackets, I want to have some integer value, a float value, and a string value. So I'm going to create members like integer I, float f, and character string whose length is 20. Now inside our main function, we are going to create a variable of the union data type data, and I'm going to name this variable as data. Now I need to give values to the members of this particular union. So for that, I'm going to access the member using the dot operator, and I'm going to give it some value. After setting this value, I can print out this value to the screen using the printf function. I can do the same thing for the float value. And for the string value, since we cannot assign string value to a character data type, we are going to use a function that is string copy. Now if we execute this program, we should see on our screen that under the same memory location, which is named as data, we are storing an integer value, and then we are using the same memory location to store a float value, and then the third time we are using the same memory location to store a string value. So run this program and observe the output. And there you go, we are getting integer, float, and string values. Now you know how to use unions in the C programming language, but there is an important side note as well. You cannot assign values to the members one by one and then access them at the same time, because the value of the last member would be placed inside the memory location. To demonstrate this, if you simply copy out this printf line and place it at the end, same goes for this one as well, we are going to get some trash values in the form of integer and float. So simply run this program once again. For the string, we have the exact string that we placed inside the memory location. But for the integer and the float value, our values are garbage. Well, this is because we are using the same memory location. So inside the memory location, the last thing that was copied was this string value. And when we try to fetch the integer equivalent of that string value, we had this garbage value. Same goes for the float. So that was unions in the C programming language. Hope you understand something today.